Well, a year and some odd days ago, a drunkard died in Memphis. Just another wayward soul the county had to claim. There's the souls. Um, it's just you crying over this clay. Uh, so the body that was the temple for the soul was tortured to death by tribal sexual cult warfare. You ever heard that song? It's a good song. Made me think of my kids all the time. What's your mama's name, child? What's your mama's name? Does she ever talk about a place called, I don't know what she calls the place, in Rains? Have she ever mentioned a man named Buford Winterson? I'll have to look at the lyrics and see what the name of the place is that they talk about. But, and even then when you look up the lyrics, I'm not sure if they're right, because I was like, nah, I don't think it says chaff them. I think it says chast, like chastised. Yeah, so I think it's so I chast them and I gaily laugh. Do you think they could? That would be my best guesstimation, or that it doesn't say chaffed. I think it says chast, like chastise. You ever been chastised? It's British. Chastise. So I chast them. So I chast them and I gaily laugh. That's just the way I get it from the lyrics on the song and the way that Tony sings them, because it's very British. It's very. Now laughing friends dry, tears I cannot hide. Oh yeah, yeah. And so yeah, so I smile, and yeah, today my love hath flown away is the way Tony sings it, because that's the way you'd say it in British. Hath, not have. Hath flown away. So it's kind of neat. It's very poetic. It's a little bit more poetic than the way we say things are. The way we say things is a little bit more harsh. It's a little bit more down to business. Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns, right? And so, it takes a lot of the romance away, the way the British say things, Yeah, it does. Yeah. Yea, verily, if I say to you, have you read the Bible? Okay. In the King's English? Yea, verily, I say unto you. It has more of a romance to it. No, it's true. I told you, motherfucker. Shut the fuck up. They see that's us. Okay. There's, you're saying they were more romantic. They wanted to be more romantic. They sure the fuck weren't. Okay. You can be a hellfight lot more romantic saying, shut the fuck up and get my dinner. You know you're full of shit. I'll take you in the back bedroom and screw you. Hey, Llewellyn. Hey, what was her name again? I can't remember. Kate Blanchett's character. Yeah. It's my favorite character on that movie. She's got the biggest balls of them all. She's the only man in there. You don't have to flip the coin. You decide. You're fucking weak. And he kills her because he's mad because she's right. He's mad at her. I see why Llewellyn likes her. So he wanted to get rid of the money because he didn't want did he go back? No, he went back to go try to save the guy they took the money from. He felt bad because of her. Well, because he's with a good person. And she tries to be good. And it's hard in hell. It's no country for old men. It's panhandle. It's oil country, Texas. Oil country, Texas, life is hard. When things get hard to do, it's hard. Okay? It's oil country. It's run by the worst mass murderers in the history of the world. There will be blood. You were a bastard, and I found you in a basket. I only used you to get cheap land deals off all the suckers. And poor people that live down there, they're just survivors. Because you'll sit there. These kids are like that. I'm like, nah, Suarez. No, Suarez was different. Suarez. I remember I talked to that kid. Has a good heart, and he's not a con. Okay, they were like, well, Suarez is not a con. No. He really means it when he prays to the Lord every time he drives on those makeshift bridges, and he drives. And then when he's driving through things and stuff, he tries to, he asks the Lord for help so he doesn't get in an accident and no one gets killed. Okay. That's what he does. He says, Ralph, when I drive, every time I drive, it gets hard. It gets harder because the people get crazier and the stress gets more because of the money. It's all about the money. So no, but Source has a good heart, and people can, yeah, they can try to destroy you. Trust me, they'll take your soul if you let them, but don't you let them. You just call out my name, and wherever I am. Okay, they can't take the soul, guys. Another way words counted. No, the soul is the essence. Look, even if they take the divine essence that provides life to your body and they put it in some kind of a container, like they do with antimatter shit from the boson colliders and stuff like that, all right, they still can't use that essence to clone and provide life to a clone. Because then the clone will be just as cool as me and just as fucked as, and they'll be like, oh, he's better than we are. Of course I'm better than you are. But naturally, just they're going to put me in the movies. They're make big star out of me, right? Just act naturally. But so, have you ever, they make a artist representation. The Germans made a movie about Hitler's last 3 hours or so, right? And Hitler was so desperate. I mean, he was a horrible human being. And everything that horrible happened from the horrible stuff that invented the conditions for him to be as horrible as he was. And it wasn't just him. It was the conditions invented by selfish people for a selfish person to get up and be able to thrive, successful, right? Like old Louis Farrakhan. He was wickedly great. Yeah, somebody smack him. If he can't be stopped, he'll stop himself. We're not going to have to. Guys, when we're applying the physics of the Lord's Prayer and using mass communications to do thusly, when someone gets up and talks like Louis Farrakhan, they're all going to be, that's going to be another way where the sly older county going to, don't say that. You can't do slaves. Okay, but that's Buford Wilson there. Okay, Buford Wilson, right? I understand it. I wanted to raise Patrick all the way through adulthood and then live near each other and spend time and, be grand, you got kids, go have fun, leave the grandkids with the, do the whole single parent Cosby show thing. Find my own Felicia Rashad thing going on, So we talked last night, yeah. Well, because it's probably the metaverse. But I don't know how it works with her, but I know how it works with me. She was very flirtatious. I was like, damn you, aren't you still married? Go away. Lots of people are, but the thing about it is it's the TV that does that, okay? There are a lot of women that get in silk pajamas and you can joke with and have a good sense of humor and roll around in the bed with and then have memories of, apples, peaches, pumpkin pie. You were young and so was I. Right. Now I'm going to take you home, marry you till you're full grown. Lots of women make you feel that way. Lots of them. Okay. Pretty girls come a dime a dozen. Try to find one who's going to give you true loving, right? No one can sing quite like Smokey Robinson. You got to understand the people that are still abusing me with technology to manipulate you all with money are paranoid, delusional schizophrenics. And the reason why I don't want to talk is it's hard. I'm dealing with the worst psychotic, selfish, self-destructive perverts in the history of the world. In the year 3510, it's really hard. Okay. So right now I'm not wanting to talk too much. I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to do what I do to survive, to keep comfortable and keep my mind occupied until the technology can find a way while I wait, while I sleep. My hips are a little sore, but I'm expecting that. If you have any kind of degenerative conditions that are hereditary, they're going to react to chemical poison and stuff. You just can't panic. You just realize this too shall pass. And you'll get through it like I did with the rectal polyps during the roofing and all the other things that the military does, because they're extremists and they're psychotic and they're aggressive and they have, it's like Chinese water torture, but with chemical poisoning and wackadoodles that are rocket scientists that you're a liar. We don't have access to anything. As long as you have a phone, you sign off on the contract. When you sign off on the contract, it tells you that all the information that this thing collects, okay, it doesn't tell you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't need to. There's the Patriot Act. Can you read that? Doesn't matter. Okay, so everything, even while sleeping, even while the phone is off, okay, it can collect information. I put it in a plastic container just to help, I turned the Xbox off. That thing's lasted me longer than most people's Xboxes, my Xboxes, because I take them, I unplug them, and I put them under a plastic container. I live in a desert that's full of dust. If you leave it out in the dust and everything like that, the dust eventually screws it up. But if you keep it covered, and when you're using it, the fan thing works, and and when you're done using it, you take it and you set it under a plastic container. See that garbage can, or set it in a plastic container, and your devices will last you a lot longer, especially in the desert. All right, so it's just one of those things. Like with my phone, John always freaked about it because his were always destroyed. And how long have you had that thing? About 6 years. It looks brand new. Yeah. When I need it, I use it, and I keep it in the pocket with the thing. Yeah, and yep. Other than that, no, I don't carry it around with me everywhere I go. Don't do everything with it. No. When I need it, I use it. When I go to the store, do I talk to people or do I have a phone? Okay, do you understand? I have an MP3 player in my pocket collecting all the evidence for ScanDisk. Okay. But I always carry an MP3 player when I'm walking. So I do have a device that collects all the conversations. Yeah. So I have a ScanDisk MP3 player in my pocket just about everywhere I go, because I listen to it out in the truck, and you can't leave it out in the truck, or, And I don't leave it out there in the wintertime either, because I just get in the habit of always keeping it in my pocket. So you don't leave it out in the truck, because that's what destroyed that iPad and other things. It ruins the battery. You live in a truck at extreme conditions. It can handle it maybe once, but no. And even I wouldn't even try once, because after that, the battery just, and it kills it, and it's dead, and you're screwed. Like, I think my blue one finally died. As it's saying, the battery won't charge, and it's just finally just kaput. So it finally did its little life cycle. Well, don't wash it in the, all is what I used, but no. Clear and free, right? All clear and free, and water isn't real good for MP3 players, right? That thing lasted for, when was it? 6 years after I tried to kill it in the washing machine by accident. Do the washing machine, right? So, but you guys, we'll be okay. Life's eternal and grace is infinite. I'm right, they're wrong. I'm good, they're bad. I'm truth, they're lie, What if they, you guys always get that and stuff, what if you're wrong about you being able to live to 104, maybe more? What if I'm wrong? I'm right about everything else, which just kidding around, but you know what I mean? No, I'm just telling them this is what I plan on doing. I have plans. And like that girl that worked with us at Yellowfront, you lied to me. You said you had plans. Yeah, I planned on watching the NBA playoffs and doing laundry. I did not plan on coming here and working for you. No. She said, I did not lie to you. I told you I had plans. Yeah. And then I had to break it down to her. She said, well, you can, so why don't you? It's like, because I don't want to. Just like Bob said. Why am I a bigger asshole than Bob? Because I just told you I had plans, and he said I don't want to. What's the difference? It means the same thing. I was just being more polite. Bob's mom, she's not polite. My dad, be polite. My mom, be polite. Okay? Virginia Cummings, blap, whop. Bobby, get me some Kotex, IL-7, right? Okay. I'm not with them. Okay? Not with them. What's your mama's name, child? What's your mama's name? Okay, guys, just, hang in there. Stand up for the Lord's Prayer and scream it from the top of your lungs. If you can't do that, I'll take care of it. And then, praise the Lord. You're welcome, you little selfish asshole. Okay, love you.